Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Fin Sports Podcast. I am your host, Rodrigo, and this is a great win for us. Before we get into it, before we talk about the domination win today, I'd like for you guys to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and give me your comment in the comment section who you thought was the MVP. Um, my personal MVP was Javon Holland, but again, I thought there was a lot of good players out there. So tell me who you think was the MVP of the game. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the whole game. And I was taking notes the whole game and really just wanted to make sure I capture what happened today and how we ended up with this dominant win. And starting off with in the first quarter, we decided to kick the ball off, and and we received in the second half. With that being said, we got the ball back right away because the Jets couldn't do anything. And we got the ball. We started marching down the field. We went all the way down and had a fourth down where Mike McDaniel was aggressive, which was the right call. We had the right play call. Hill had, had the spacing, and he just dropped the ball in the end zone. So he had this very similar play in the Charger game where he got the ball and he scored a touchdown. And I think, and there was another game where he had the same thing. So we know how to score in that situation, but he'll just kind of drop the ball. So we gave him the ball back in their own end zone almost, and then the defense went to work again, just dominating the line of scrimmage, dominating Tim Doyle, who was just pathetic. He's not even a third string quarterback. So we end up getting the ball back. We drive down the field. We score a field goal, and then and we didn't go for it on fourth down because we wanted to get some points on the board, which I think was the right call based on what happened. And we're back in it, right? So second quarter starts. We're up 3-0. And then Jeff Wilson gets a critical third down play, a little wheel route, and then he started running some good runs. He had a good series, and we started dominating the line of scrimmage. We're going down there, we're making things happen, and then um, we come back down the field. Tyreek Hill scores on the little flat route, and we're back up 10-0. So right away, 10-0, dominating. Wilkins gets his first sack on the next possession for the Jets. We end up again just absolutely um, getting those guys. By this time, the Jets finally um, get us to stop on us. They stop us on a play where Tua kind of takes a little too long, checks off the first receiver, goes to the second one, and then just gets sacked. The line just collapses on him. Robert Hunt didn't play. Eichenberg was at guard. Um, he did okay. I thought he was good on the run in the run game, but you know, the Jets defense finally got a sack, got in there on Tua, um, and then defense holds the team, doing a great, fantastic job. Um, and we're starting to march down the field. We get the ball back, and Tua throws a pick six. I mean, throws a pick six to Eccles, and second pick six of Eccles against Tua. So he's got his number. We definitely don't want to throw his way. So Tua gets a pick six. Now the game gets a little interesting. Um, but when that happens, um, the defense again um, is doing phenomenal, and we give up pick six. So we get the ball back. We're starting to go back down the field, and then Tua throws a second pick. So that was the worst section of the game for him. But without that second interception, the Jets don't throw the Hail Mary that gets rammed back 98 yards by Javon Holland, which I thought was the play of the game by far. 98 yards. It was just a punt basically, and he took it and he ran it all the way back. Not a chance for the other team to stop him. And so, great job on Javon. Now we're up 17-6 at the half. We're dominating. I mean, Jets might have one or two first downs the whole half, right? So we get into the third quarter, and again, Waddle gets a third down conversion, and then they get a sack on us, and then Sanders hits a 54-yarder. Can you believe that? So he missed a 51-yarder last week, but he made up for it with the 54-yarder. And now we're up 20-6. And again, the game is getting out of hand. Wilkins gets another 2 sacks. Wilkins is all over the place. He's eating them up for breakfast and lunch and dinner. And as we're ending the quarter, I noticed that Armstead is out, right? So Armstead is out, and we got the backup in there. So we lose Armstead at the end of the third quarter for a quad injury, which is not good. He's been out already a lot. Hoping he can come back soon, but that would be a big loss if we lose him for an extended amount of time. I have a lot of confidence in Kendall Lamb, but I am concerned that Armstead, he could be a big part of this team. Then we end the third quarter. We're up 20-6, dominating. Fourth quarter, Mostert goes in for a touchdown. During the extra point, there's a big melee on the extra point. Ref gets knocked out. End up throwing the Jets guy out the game. The Jets at this point, down 27-6, they're out of control. They are not the team with any discipline. And they're just frustrated. So they end up losing their cool, getting penalties. Mosley had a face mask penalty. They're just playing out of control. So Dolphins were just dominating on both sides of the ball across the board. It wasn't even a close game. And then, to me, it looks like the Jets are like pretty much done with Salah and done with this team. Their offense is just pathetic, atrocious. So in the fourth quarter, as we move into the fourth quarter, now we're up 27-6, right? But the Jets are finally driving down the field, and Phillips goes down with an Achilles injury. He's probably out for the year, and I'm hoping he can come back before the start of next year. But Phillips is a big loss for us, and we're going to really miss this guy as we go forward. So Sealer then gets a sack, then Jerome Baker gets an interception, and things are looking good. And then we get this rookie running back in there, and he's running good, and then he loses the ball on a fumble I don't know if it was Tua's fault, I don't know if it was his fault, but he didn't see the field the rest of the game. So then the Jets finally get the ball back. They go down the field, like 20 something yards, and then Garrett Wilson touchdown. Now the game is 27-13, and then we just start running it down their throats, and we score another touchdown to make it 34-13. Again, dominating win, and player of the game, Javon Holland, with that 98-yard touchdown interception return. And overall, Tua played okay. 2 interceptions, not acceptable. Fumbles during the turnovers have to come down when we get to Dallas, when we get to Buffalo, when we get to Baltimore. The turnovers have to come down if we're going to winning against those big teams. So we got a lot of work to do still, but the defense is lights out. Jalen Phillips going down is going to hurt us. I got a lot of confidence in Van Ginkel. I got confidence in Agba that we can make up for the difference. Again, if you like this content, please subscribe, and we will see you on Monday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Black Friday, happy Thanksgiving, and have a great weekend.